Now, let's discuss the different types of extreme weather you're likely to encounter during the winter months. This includes snow, ice, freezing rain and freezing fog, high winds, and extreme cold. It snows every winter, some years more than others, so chances are high you'll have to drive on snow at one point or another this winter. Snow on the ground can reduce your traction, and heavy falling or blowing snow contributes to reduced visibility. The best advice for driving in these conditions is to not drive at all. Sometimes the smartest driving decision you can make is to park until the weather and road conditions improve. If you do have to drive in snowy conditions, there are things you can do to maintain your safety. The most important thing you can do when driving in snow is reduce your speed and increase your following distance. It takes longer to stop when roads are slick, so you must accommodate for this extra stopping distance by significantly increasing your following distance. When braking or turning on snow-covered roads, do so gently and fluidly. As described earlier when we talked about traction, any movements you make on a slick surface need to be smooth, calculated movements. Consider the temperature outside when driving on snow-packed roads. If the temperature outside remains cold, the snow will be somewhat frozen, so you should be able to drive with less difficulty. However, once the snow starts to melt, you start to lose traction. The greatest risk of traction loss occurs when temperatures are between 22 and 35 degrees. When there's a lot of snow on the ground, chains can be a useful tool for professional drivers. They can increase your traction by as much as 500%. They can be the difference between driving and not driving. In fact, from October 1st to April 30th, some western states require that chains be carried on all trucks. Werner uses a system of chain banks to distribute and receive chains for the western states. Before using chains or entering the western states during chain season, make sure you fully understand each state's laws regarding the use of chains. For example, Colorado law requires drivers to have steel chains or approved alternate traction devices in their possession when traveling Colorado I-70 between mile marker 133.0 and mile marker 259, Morrison, from September 1st through May 31st. Fines can be hefty for the improper use of chains. If you do plan to chain up, find the safest place possible to do so, and be sure you know how to mount them properly. Install them as snugly as possible on properly inflated tires. Then, drive a short distance and recheck the tightness. Never use chains for anything but their intended purpose, which is to increase traction when road conditions merit their use, and to get you to a safe haven. And remember, even with chains properly installed, never exceed 35 miles per hour. If there's so much snow on the ground that you feel you can't safely drive, or if the blowing snow has reduced your visibility to nearly zero, stop and find a safe haven until conditions improve. You're responsible for your safety and the safety of the truck, load, and all those with whom you share the road. The decision to stop driving in inclement weather is completely up to you. Don't let yourself feel pressured by others to run in these conditions. Just because other drivers are running doesn't mean it's safe for you to do so. Everyone's skill level is different,